something to think about. When you see me making videos and I'm telling you to just be yourself and get started and put content out there and be you and those types of things, and you think, oh yeah, that makes sense, that's really great, because that's how you'll make money or create a lifestyle business or any of those things, that's the starting point, okay? That's why I'm encouraging you to just get started anyway, because it takes a while before people turn up and they start paying you. But I want to be clear about something so you can recognize this, because there's a lot of things out there at the minute that will tell you, me included, they're going to say, oh, tell your story, put yourself out there, be honest, be you, be vulnerable, be all these things, which is all great and it will all help because there's a human connection there and we all connect with that. But that's not the whole story. What makes this work, right? What makes all of this help make you money is that there has to be a system behind it. I always use the phrase start with the end in mind, right? Planning. The way that you monetize this area in business is called systems. You have systems in place. McDonald's, okay, is a system, whether you like McDonald's or not. I don't, but it's a system. You can go to McDonald's University where they got the McDonald's Bible, where you start on page 1. If you do what's written in these pages, and you do if you start a franchise, you'll get the same results as these other places. That's because they have a system. There's a certain amount of sauce that goes on it. The burger, the fries are done for this amount of time. Systematized. That's how that works. So when we come to like these videos and telling your story and being honest and sincere and doing all this stuff, this is all part of it, but it's not the whole story, because it seems obvious to me, but it may not be obvious to people watching. Don't just think that you put a camera out in the middle of a field and start sitting there talking and being all sincere, that people think, oh, I really like this person. They start backing the lorries up with pouring all the money out. It doesn't work that way. This is the beginning. You hear about the know, like and trust you. People have got to know you, they've got to like you, and they've got to trust you. Well, when they trust you is when they are going to pay you. But they've got to know you first. This is what this bit is. This is you getting to know me. And some people will think, oh, this guy's an idiot. Some people will think, oh, I quite like this guy. And some will go further and trust me with what I say, what I recommend, or the products that I'm going to offer. So coming back to the system, what does that mean? It means that I'm doing this, but in order for me to carry on doing this, and I talked about authenticity before, doing something for its own sake, and it assumes its own shape. So I'm doing this for its own sake because I like it, and I get to talk about me, my favourite subject. Everyone's favourite subject is themselves. So, and this is a way for me to learn about me. Anyway, this is a first step in a system. Now, if I was to start this 20 years ago, if I didn't know anything, I'd think, oh, just making videos is great. But what happens next? The next step, if you're going to do this, is online. You call it building a list, building a tribe, building an audience, database, whatever you want to call it. It's a list of people that you're eventually going to sell to, right? So if you go to my website, you'll find ways for you to give me your email address, and that way I'm going to follow. I'm going to teach you and educate you and do all these things. But in order to make this work, I have to monetize it. That means I have to come up with an offer, right? It means I've got to offer you something, and some of you have got to buy it. If that doesn't happen, I can't keep doing this, right? This is how the system works. But you've got to have that system. So whenever you see people like me and other people that are talking about, being positive and intergalactic oneness and all these things, there's a system behind that. They're not just doing it because, you know, they're the souls of the earth and things like that. So I'm trying to bring something in there so you really fully understand it. Really, marketing and sales is marketing and sales, and business is business. Don't take it personal. It's just business, right? All that. So again, try to take that in. I hope I'm explaining that. It doesn't mean that this is purely marketing and sales, what Steve's doing. I want to do this and I want to educate, because it's not just about me. You know, there's other things there. This is kind of bigger than me. And I don't have the words to explain it at the minute. But again, in order to make this work, I have to have a system in place. And that system, say for me, could be info products, telling you how to do some of these things. It could be how to put your coaching program together, how to put workshops together. You see what I'm saying? These things, that's the system. So you do the content, somebody opts in, they buy your first small product, or you go straight into a big consulting offer. This is what I mean by starting with the end in mind, or having a system. There's a process of steps that people are going to take, right? And what I'm trying to get across to you is that even though all this is good, you've got to have a system in place. If you don't know what the system is, you should still get started anyway. That's why I'm saying it, because it will clarify a lot of these processes for you. Okay, I'll end the video there because I'm not sure. I think I've been going on for a bit, but I'll talk more about this in the future, about systems and processes. But it's important to understand that there are steps to this, and this is the first step. And if you're not sure what this is, just start here, because this will reveal itself over time. But again, you must have a system in order to sustain this over the long term. I'll see you in the next video.